Hurricane Harvey is now a Category 4 and making landfall along the Texas coast. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. The wind speed of a Category 4 is 130 miles per hour. The town of Rockport, about 30 miles northeast of Corpus Christi, is getting hit by the worst of the eye wall tonight with those strongest winds. Port Aransas near Rockport has seen some of the strongest wind gusts so far. This is what it looks like in Corpus Christi. The president tonight signing a disaster declaration. That happened just a few minutes ago.
Fox 4's Blake Hansen is tonight in Corpus Christi with more. Blake.
Yeah, and right now we are in the parking garage of our hotel because, frankly, it was really the only safe place to be, and for good reason. There is a diner just across the street here, and a few minutes ago we just saw large metal sheets coming off the roof. These winds right now are strong enough to pull the roofs off of some of these buildings here, and you can see that rain whipping downtown. It hurts if you're outside in this, and that's why you see the streets are empty right now in the downtown area. As we've been here for the past half hour or so, we'll occasionally see a power flicker. We've seen the power flicker at our building a little bit as well. So far, though, there is still power to the downtown area, though we don't expect it to be here a whole lot longer. So this is really the worst of the wind that we have seen as we've been out here all day long. It's just that it is so bad we can't really get out in it. One of the people over here had a tool to measure the wind speeds. It was around 110 miles per hour right at the edge of the parking garage over here. So that'll give you some sense of the winds. But the other issue, of course, that we've been so concerned about is the rain and the storm surge. Looking down in the streets, we don't see a whole lot of water pooling up just yet, but that could change. That is not over, and that is not going to be that threat over for quite a long time here in Corpus Christi as these strong winds just churn through the city, and we bear down for another gust here. Stephen, Heather.
Hey, Blake, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to try to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, if people haven't left, this is it. They've just got to stay there, right?
Yeah, some of the emergency officials have been making that warning that they don't want anyone to leave at this point in time. They don't want to have to make rescues of people that are here. In fact, Corpus Christi police put out a warning a little while ago saying that they really will only make life-threatening emergency rescues, and even then, they're only going to do that when conditions allow. Clearly, the conditions right now, not favorable to rescues out here, and we're not even talking about some of the worst flooding that's going to move in. So they want people to stay put, to stay sheltering in place, because with the debris, and I just heard a loud metal clang, it might be this building, this roof over here. Piece of the roof is actually rolling through the street back there. But that's what I was going to say, is that if they have a people outside at this point in time and they get hit by a piece of debris like that, there could be some really severe injuries, and that's why we're in the parking garage right now. Stephen, Heather.
Sure, and I want to say, of course, we want you to stay safe, so you do what you need to do to make sure that that happens. But given the fact that they've got the debris and like you mentioned, the metal sheets coming off and such, any talk of a curfew in place, especially that it's dark and now that there could be power outages?
No, we have not heard any word of that yet, and it's important to point out there's not a mandatory evacuation either. This was a voluntary evacuation for this part of the county here. They were strongly urging people to leave, but did not make this mandatory. And even if they were to try to enforce a curfew at this point in time, it's hard to say how they would be able to enforce it, because we haven't seen police for a long time, and that's because they're stationing in areas where they can stay safe, so that once this storm passes and the conditions get better, they can get out quickly. They're not injured. Their cruisers work, so they can start making rescues if necessary.
Yeah, indeed, it becomes dangerous for everybody. All right, Blake, thank you. We're going to keep in touch with you throughout this newscast and on Fox 4 News at 10.